me feel like I'm in a vintage movie. You always know what to say and how to move me. Load me up into your car, take a drive.
소시지랑 호일이랑 일회용 접시로 가는 파프리카랑 Isn't it like so, like a painting?
Is it?
Yeah. I'm in the
Oh.
clouds.
Like a horror painting? Joking. Joking.
Oh! Was this the best way, Daniel? Spasiba. I knew it's spasiba because it sounds like swearing in Korean.
Yeah.
You know it?
Shiba.
정원에서 바베큐 할 거래요. 내가 바베큐라고 해봤자 좀 한국에서 하는 것처럼 본격적인 바베큐는 아니고 그냥 독일 소세지랑 파프리카 그냥. Don't laugh, Daniel.
Laughing, it's super cute. Huh?
There's many people. Is that okay?
It's our garden.
I mean, but it's gonna be smell. That's a nice sweater for barbecue, right? 오늘 바베큐 해 먹으려고 어제 준비해놓고
Oh
간
my gosh, it's huge.
오래된 그릴. I told you, Daniel.
But we don't have a choice though.
Daniel, I have a way to fix it. Table. 의자.
의자?
어. Quite
What
nice.
is this in Korean?
도끼.
Toki?
응.
Here, darling. Want to make the fire? I can film you.
Wait.
Yeah, it's
Oh. Looks nice.
Oh, strong wood. Wait.
Bug?
No. How can there be a bug?
What if it smells like
Doesn't
pee?
matter. It doesn't smell. This one is fine. It doesn't smell. Luckily, we have this thing, and you don't have to do it the difficult way.
Boom.
What do you want to do? Yeah, you can wait 3 hours for this. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna burn, darling. First, bottom is easiest burning stuff.
I know.
So it goes. Really? Do you know?
Okay, don't know. Uh-huh.
No. Actually,
I mean, where?
I'm doing it myself. Now take the charcoal and put some on top. Yes, but it's not gonna burn here. See, there's nothing there. Yes, correct.
How many?
How many?
4.
4. Exactly. For now, I'm joking. Yeah, it's easier to pour, but if you pour it, it's gonna destroy our little pile. Oh, that's nice.
Can you fix?
Carefully. On top. Put on top.
What? I'm trying, Daniel.
Good job. Wood.
Rock?
Yes.
So is that a vase, kind of?
Like a big flower pot or something.
Look.
Yeah, going well. Almost done. Come on. working. Oops.
What do you think?
Hmm?
Is it too weak?
Oh god. Worked enough for today.
Well, it's so cute and pretty, by the way. Ooh, I've never seen this. I mean, this close. Bumblebee.
Yeah, working diligently.
Burned.
Huh?
Burned.
Where? That's not burned, that's normal. What are you talking about?
That's what you were talking about.
This,
usually.
look. See? Same color. Look, there's even black there a little bit. See?
But you said last time when it gets burned like this. Oh, we should have brought the, fresh vinyl.
Fresh vinyl? What's that?
I mean, trash. Oh, you don't know vinyl?
No. No, trash bag.
Vinyl.
Trash bag, that's where
The trash bag, yes. You see?
Why?
Hole.
Why?
Because of the
It's not
S.
a whole bubble, yeah.
Here. It's just burned. My blanket burned.
Oh, there. Yeah. Okay, you're not a bubble. Never mind. This one is done.
Done?
No, not done. So you know, still raw
How do you know?
because it needs more than just 2 minutes.
Did you set the alarm for 2 minutes?
No, but meat takes some time.
Need a help? Sorry.
Woman, I'm Soyeon. I'm helping.
I heard charcoal is good for health. Ooh. Flip. Oh yeah, here's hot.
It's okay. Do you want bread?
Sure.
2 or all of them? Oh, let's make all of them.
I'll just use all of them. That's it?
Hmm?
Windy.
Stop.
Oh, can you fix it? Ah! Oh.
Why?
You cannot eat. Oh
It's
my
fine, eat it.
gosh.
I can get closer to here, so it's warmer for us.
Ooh. Don't shake me. Don't.
Why? Huh?
Hey,
Why?
cutie.
Why?
Let me see your face.
You want to see my face?
Mine is in your room.
This is mine,
Okay.
I think. I had yours. I had mine.
That's mine. So
This is yours.
Yours, I bought. This is mine, you bought.
Bye. Which arm? Left? Alright.
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. Oh. you stole.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Cooking?
Sure.
For whom?
For my roommate.
For your roommate.
Yes.
What's your roommate's name?
It's Daniel.
Daniel. It's a guy?
Yeah.
So her just cooking for him for no reason?
It's his birthday.
I see. Is he only a roommate? Just a roommate?
Let me think.
Pick a movie. I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi. Or we'll go downtown. With our best moves we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na, 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 na,
Pax will fight. With Joe.
We will stand with you.
What is this little bowl?
So will be.
Then didn't they?
See?
Wow!
Happy birthday.
Wow! Is that for me? Oh! 대박! Wow! What is this? What is this? Oh! Is that clothes?
You should
Okay.
be like this.
Like this. Oh! Wow! It's like.
Man.
Dan, is that clothes or it looks like apron maybe? Wow, I did not expect. And there's a belt also for this and a little card. Oh. Where did you get the card though? Didn't even notice.
We're gonna read now?
Sure.
Hey!
Oh, a lot. When did you write?
I don't know.
You don't know, oi, 귀여워. Little bit red cheeks. What a cutie, huh? Dear my dear.
Oh, hey!
Okay. Happy birthday, my love.
I hope.
Like this.
Oh,
Whoa.
looks fit.
Oh.
So,
Sure, you're a great designer. Okay, now this.
like this, this, and then
Then, even more. But how can I do it myself? Wow.
pocket. And here's also pocket, and here you can put
here.
some pen or
Mhm.
brushes as well. Here
Nice.
I give some slit so that you can move easily. Yeah, backside I just tied a ribbon, but you don't have to when you do it alone. Ah.
Wow, so cool. It's my first painting apron. Never had one. Thank you.
You can put your phone as well.
Wow, so cool.
So cool, Daniel. Ooh.
It's so interesting, so pretty. How can it be so pretty?
It looks like a rainbow color
Yeah, it's like it's
when you
just
move
so
like this.
from
Wow.
nature, but it looks so nice.
Where you can find this stone?
We need to read in the book.
Okay.
caves, you know, underground, because it needs like a lot of pressure and
Yep.
stuff. So yeah. So I think this one is worth about 100. Not so much, but still it's good.
Was it 100?
I think it's worth around 100. It was a gift though.
I've never thought about stone, but I just think like it'd be nice as a present.
I mean, yeah, they're simple stones, but this one's not simple. As you can see, the color is so nice and it's all natural, and there are many like elements in it. So, Italy, Finland, Ukraine, Greenland, Canada, USA. Filming?
Oh, that's cute. I'm just so... Yeah, but too fat and heavy.
Boom.
Wait. Cute. Always half at the moment. Not sour.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay, that's good.
But yeah, I notice now. I can notice it's a little bit sour.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's because it's rotten.
I hope not.
It's still pretty than you.
You too. Wait. No, wait, don't do it again. I think I put it on wrong.
Cute.
Ready?
Ready? That's mine.
Oh, what happened to your little pencil?
Why?
Smashed?
No, it was like this from the first.
Oh, really? Oh, there's yellow.
How is it?
Yeah, it's nice. Delete!
싫어.
Delete!
No.
Delete my dancing right now. Hey, that's not fair. What? Boo! That's embarrassing. I trust you. And then you fail me?
짠. 오잉? 오늘은 잔치국수를 만들어봤습니다. 있는 재료로. 당근이랑 양파랑 표고버섯, 호박은 한국 호박이 없어서 그냥 zucchini 넣기는 맛이 이상해질 것 같고 이렇게만 해봤습니다. 백종원쌤 양념간장 만들었는데 이것도 맛있는 것 같아요. 여기 청양고추가 없어서 피클로 만든 페퍼로니 그냥 갖다 썰어 넣었는데 괜찮더라고. 아무튼 그렇습니다. I maybe don't drink iced tea because there's soup a lot.
I usually like.
Sure. So mix the sauce together. Or maybe too much carrot.
Looks like carrot soup.
Yeah. Similar.
It's nice.
Nice?
I like it.
Really?
Oh.
Really?
Mm.
Yes.
But next time, not that chili pepper. Because it's sour.
Really? I cannot feel.
Because it's in vinegar.
Then we need to buy the real chili.
Mm.
Mm.